Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakradash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor Camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And there's a measles, all right, a measles outbreak, all right, that's on the rise, all right, and they're saying in this article right here that these immigrants or these migrants coming in, some Northern Kingdom, all right, some coming from these other lands, other nations, all right, because it's more than just the Northern Kingdom that's coming in through these borders, but I would say that there, it's a good portion of them. But it's basically spreading the measles, all right? And we'll get into it. I just looked it up, looked at symptoms overview. All right, the measles is a viral infection that's serious for small children, but is easily preventable by a V, okay? It says the disease spreads through the air by respiratory droplets and produced from coughing or sneezing, okay? So they're saying it's a higher risk for younger children. All right, and it's a pestilence. All right, the Lord said he would send pestilences. All right, hey, whether it be small ones or great ones. All right, people getting sick and all this shit. It's not natural to be just getting sick all the damn time, man. I feel like the whole summer or the whole winter, I was sick damn near or starting to get sick every couple weeks, But I would pray to the Lord, take the elderberry, that's good for immune health, your vitamin C and whatnot. And the Lord will clear it up. But, these different plagues and pestilences are, also part of end time prophecy. All right. Now, there's been plagues and whatnot in the past. All right. There's nothing new under the sun. But, all right, we do have to look out for these things. All right. Because along with everything else that's going on. All right. This is just another implication of the times that we're in. This is how we measure the times. Right. So just looking at measles, all right, symptoms, pain in the muscles, fever, malaise, fatigue or loss of appetite, runny nose or sneezing, skin rash, dry cough, pink eye, diarrhea, headache, complex spots, sensitivity to light, sore throat, or swollen lymph nodes. Now, it sounds like, it could be a cold or they would say this is the, symptoms of the crown. All right. But, this is something to watch out for. All right. Zeroheads.com. Major measles outbreak reported in U.S. as migrant shelters become infectious disease breeding grounds. All right. Let's read a little bit on it. It says the radical progressive and the Biden administration are responsible for the greatest migrant invasion in this nation has ever seen, but also an emerging public health crisis, as millions of unv and undocumented illegals, some with infectious diseases. And I see the narrative they're trying to push, of course. All right, I'm just reading through the article. This has obviously come from a right wing. Zero Heads tends to be kind of right wing and whatnot. But nonetheless, it says are being piled into migrant shelters nationwide like cattle. And that is very true. All right, they're holding them in these different, centers and points and whatnot. And, just a couple years ago, all right, there were people with social distancing and all that shit. That's pretty much all gone now. So all these gatherings, all the different social events, they can easily make way for a new pestilence, in order to lock everything down again. It might be the measles. It might be a new version of the crown. It could be something else. But the Lord said he would send, plagues, pestilences, and these will be a sign of Yahweh Shai's coming, along with the wars, rumors and wars, the earthquakes in diverse places, famine and pestilence, right? So we don't miss any of our points, man. All right, when there's different articles like this that come out, that's highlighting this, hey, we'll bring it out and filter it through the scriptures. Not to say this is going to be blown out of proportion, we'll see, but, hey, we always look at the potential viewpoints as far as or the potential gateways that they could try to enforce another lockdown or, anything. All right. Because it's more than likely going to catch people by storm. It says Daily Mail reports the U.S. is on the verge of a major measles outbreak, with cases in the first 2 months of the year nearly eclipsing those in the previous year. It says, as doctors warn, many young physicians have never seen a patient infected with the virus. Hundreds of people are already feared to be infected in California and Arizona after cases were confirmed in people in the states who visited local hospitals, the media outlet said. It's important to recognize that migrant shelters are becoming breeding grounds to the spread of infectious diseases. Notably, it's the Democrats, often referred to as the party of science, who are enabling the public health crisis to materialize. And see, that shows you they allow this shit. Because a couple of years ago, they wouldn't allow something like this. They might know of this and they might let it go. And then it becomes an epidemic, then it becomes a pandemic. That's what the Crown did. And the Lord has deadlier pestilences that he's going to unleash on this place with super high fatality rates. It says, who are enabling this public health crisis to materialize while the farmer industrial complex secretly cheers on, as the next crisis will need more V's, right? You see it? So this is what they're talking about, so the measles. It says new data from the CDC shows 45 measles cases were recorded in the first 2 months across 17 states, nearly surpassing the 58 cases were recorded in the full year of 2023. So that's a big jump already, which is why I'm bringing this out. It's something to look at. Besides corporate media blaming a low V rate, maybe overcrowded shelters with migrants from the third world countries are most likely root cause of the public health crisis. And that could be so, but it also can be all the social gatherings, all the, mirth of these people. This person, whoever wrote this article, is trying to blame it on the migrant. This is the migrant shelters and whatnot. But it's, everybody, all these people in America are in the spirit of mirth, all these concerts, all these different, they get the club with it. They had these different sports events. All right, so it could be coming from anywhere. It says overcrowded shelters with migrants from third world countries are the most likely root cause of the public health crisis. None of these migrants were screened at the border for contagious diseases and were able to walk right over. Some were even flown in on airplanes, and others were bussed into sanctuary cities by a shadowy network of taxpayer-funded governmental organizations. Besides future Democrat voters, you'll never guess the reason why migrants were shipped in the millions, and by the millions. He talking madness or whatever. All right, but that's pretty much the end of the article. Just want to bring that out. So they've the two measles in the 2 months. They've seen damn near the amount of measles cases they recorded for the whole year of 2023. So that's something to be aware of, right? But the Lord said that he will smite Egypt with plagues as before. Let's get into this. I love to read, 2 Corinthians 15. It touches on the point. 2 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that's why we have the scriptures. The Lord put the spirit on men, on prophets, all right, who are all Israelites, all right, might I add, to write the things which would shortly come to pass, that will come to pass. That's why it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, though it tarry, wait for it, for it will surely come to pass, it will not tarry, because the words of the Lord do not go out void. And we're seeing all the way on the other side of the world, all right, centuries and millennium, later, right, we see these prophecies playing out. So we know that we're in the end times. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's why we don't really care if you don't believe, man. All right, you're going to die, whether it be by pestilence, whether it be by hunger, all right, famine, whether it be by the sword, whether it be by the missiles, or the laser strikes from the chariots, man. But you gonna fucking die. If you're not allotted for servitude, if you're not an Israelite, Everybody on the shores of America is they're going to die if they're not of the elect in some form or fashion. All right. Verse 5, it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right? And these are different plagues. But also pestilences would count as well. Verse 6, For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. It says, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Right? So the Lord is making intercession on behalf of us. All right? The Lord is going to intervene, and he's about to fuck this place up, man. All right? Because of his wickedness and because, the oppression upon the Lord's people. All right? By the hand of our number one enemy, Esau, Edom. But also these other nations that took part. Verse 9, And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the righteous blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. We get to the point, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. All right, and that's pretty much the point I wanted to get out of here, because this is spiritual Egypt. So the Lord is going to smite Egypt with plagues as before. Different plagues. All right, some could be the same plagues back then, but some, could be new. All right, more intense. All right, but nonetheless, getting to the point. All right, these different diseases and whatnot were part of end time prophecy as well. All right, because life and death are from the Lord. The Lord said he kills, he makes alive, he wounds, and he heals. He has the power to keep someone from getting sick or allow them to, to have those viruses, pretty much take over. The Lord has that control. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, or I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And we're seeing that as well. But the Lord told us to watch out for all these things. Verse 6, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And we're hearing that. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. And I love to bring this scripture out for, where there's wars and rumors of wars, where there's pestilences, famines, earthquakes. All right. Nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right. It applies. All right. And pestilence is just another example, another token of the times that we're in. And you combine it all, it's clear to see that Yahushua is on his way, man. The end of this man's kingdom is swift. All right, it's going to be swift, man, and it's coming soon. So, be on the lookout for this whole measles thing. They might not make much, they might not blow it out of proportion, but then again, they could, because it came out the crown with nothing more than like the common cold, but they was able to use it to push draconian measures and to lock everything down. All right, they could say this whole measles thing, and then they could bring about a digital ID, a digital, health thing. All right, we'll see. We never know. We're not ignorant of the devices of this devil, man, which, of course, the Lord is moving through him on the left-hand side, so that prophecy can be fulfilled. All right, but we'll see. We're going to watch as well as pray. Lord willing, is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Salaki, a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.